So, for those who don't know, I'm a huge Zelda fan, specifically of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, which I've actually played a little bit of both on my channel if you've not seen that. But so anyway, I decided I wanted to get back into Breath of the Wild, and I brought my friend Blobfish along for the ride. For those of you who do not know him, he's mainly known on the channel for doing Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom with me. Him and I have done many other different games together that we just force each other to play. Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, though, are franchises that we love to do together. And we decided, you know what, we want to get into speedrunning. So this is our journey to learning how to speedrun. If you enjoyed this, let me know in the comments, because we are going to be dropping our first real speedrun after we learn to practice some of the tricks. You'll see them in this video. They get pretty difficult. Alright everyone, get out your notebooks and pencils because you're about to start learning. This trick I'm trying to perform here is arguably one of the most difficult ones in Breath of the Wild 80% speedrunning, and is one of the most crucial as you're going to use it 4 times in the run, actually technically 7, to be able to get into the shrines. There is one other way, and I can explain why you have to do this in a minute for anyone who's played Breath of the Wild, hasn't sped on, and be like, why don't you just walk in it? We'll talk about that in a little bit. You'll see what I just did was an extended skew clip, or an ESC. That is when you get on top of the shrine, get a little bit of skew by jumping on the side, and I'll play the clip again so you can see it happen. Get on the side, get some skew. You can see Link has skew by jumping to, if you shield jump in the air and unequip your shield, you'll see for a frame he jolts to the side. That means you have skew. Once you have that, you're going to line yourself up on a specific spot at the shrine and shield clip in by shield surfing and unequipping your shield, getting in. For stasis, which is the one I just did, there's a really easy trick that you can do, because all you got to do is just uncrouch. For all the other ones, you have to hit another ESC to get back in. So it is difficult, hard to learn. Blobfish and I probably spent an hour or so, I'd say an hour and a half in total getting all the shrines down, which for that, like that same motion is very repetitive, but we've got it almost down to a science now, and it is an important trick that we are going to need to know for the run. So this next trick is performed inside of the stasis shrine. It's a really fun one to use. Point Crow calls it swag jump, and I did fail it the first time. You'll see, I'll just play it so you can see. Like, it is a little bit tricky, not terribly difficult, and really easy to, honestly, really easy to do to quickly beat the shrine. Even if you're not speedrunning, you can use this trick. Basically, to do a swag jump, what you're going to want to do is go to the edge, sprint over, do a shield jump, and unequip your shield, allowing Link to essentially double jump, and that's going to bring you over that gap. This next clip I wanted to show you guys is another ESC. I'm doing Magnesis now, and the reason I recorded this is because, as I told you guys before, and you'll see, I believe Blobfish has some clips that I can show you where he gets some skew. On this clip here, I was trying to get skew. As you can see, I just loaded into a new save. I had no skew yet, and I was like losing it at this point, and I kind of forgot what I was doing, so I was starting to line myself up. When I was going to get skew, I just happens to clip into the shrine. Has anyone ever seen that before? I don't know, that was crazy to me. Quick thank you to Blobfish for allowing me to have his clips. Like, I asked him, hey, could you send some of the clips? Because when him and I were learning to do this, it was really cool that we had done this for the first time. It's like, oh yeah, record it, and this was like a natural thing. And I was like, oh, I should probably make a video on this, especially if we're going to start doing more 80% content. So he had sent me some of his clips. Here's some of Blobfish's point of view. So what you're seeing him do now, I don't think I have a clip of us getting out of bounds, but for the Shrine of Resurrection, you want to pick up the Sheikah Slate, and what you want to do, I'll play this again so you can see it happen one more time. What you want to do is grab this Sheikah Slate and clip out of bounds by going to a specific spot on the wall and spamming your Sheikah Slate. Again, this is all stuff. If I want to give a tutorial on this, I'll probably do a separate video. This is just me kind of trying to explain to people who don't really understand anything about speedrunning what is happening. So this is Blobfish getting back into bounds, which is, there's a specific spot to crouch back at. What you saw him doing when he was running a little bit weird, that is called whistle sprinting, which is a really easy method you can do that just allows you to run faster. It was Blobfish's attempt on doing an ESC into Magnesis. Also, I just want to say something real quick. It's been like 3 days since I've worked on this video, so I'm sorry. It's very late, a lot later on than I thought it would be. This video took a lot longer than I expected. Just a lot of editing. I know it might not seem like it was a lot. But so yeah, hopefully you guys do enjoy this video. Let me know in the comments for some support, because these kind of videos take a very long time to make. Anyway, congrats Blobfish for getting into Magnesis. This is a pretty hard trick to do as well. I struggled with this one the first time I did it. You have to line yourself up in like such a weird spot where the Corsair is on the bottom of the Sheikah symbol, and then do a like perfect shield clip into it. Because you're so close to it, it almost feels frame perfect. I think you get a 2-frame window, but it's so stupidly difficult to do. So the first time going into stasis, Blobfish actually cooked me. He was really good at running through this part. I'd gone pretty fast. I don't actually think I have a video of me doing this. I guess we'll see later in the video if it is or not. But he was really good. He took us because he, first off, beat it in like 30 seconds. And he's really good at swag jump. You'll see what swag jump is in a minute. I'm not the best at it. I'm trying to work on it, but he did his first try. Swag jump is where you sprint, do a shield jump, and quickly unequip your shield. It makes Link do a little bit of a double jump in a way that like it just throws him forward more. Alright, so you'd already seen the clip of me getting in there with no skew, which is crazy. This is my actual getting into Magnesis. I'd struggled with this for a while, but I had finally got in, which was very satisfying. And now we get to bombs. The bomb shrine, in my opinion, out of the 4, was the most difficult to get into. It gave me the most amount of trouble. Getting into it, like after you're out of bounds, it's pretty easy to get back into. But for some reason, I couldn't get in here. I'm not sure why. I had to watch a few different videos to figure out how to do it. I was lined up correctly. I just couldn't do it. Did I get in this attempt? There we go. I had finally clipped in. Awesome. Alright, so it's not going to look the best, but what you're going to try and see me do here is a wind bomb. Wind bomb is where you use both of your bombs. You first throw the circle one down, and then jump into the air, place the square one, and the hope is that you'll switch back to, while you're in bullet time, by the way. It's very complex. Like in a few seconds, you're going to be hitting a lot of buttons. But the hope is that while you're in bullet time, the circle bomb will push the square bomb into you, like that. Now, when people that are good at this do that, usually you get launched all the way to the monk. And I obviously wasn't really close. That was my first time doing... I've done wind bombs before. I know how to wind bomb. That was my first time doing it in that shrine. So, I don't know. But I hope you guys see the vision. Alright, here's something else fun I did. I had gotten so bored of doing stasis. It still hadn't been as long as bombs, but I had gone straight from bombs to stasis, and I was like, I'm so tired of this. I want to try to do a bullet time bounce. A bullet time bounce, which you will see here, is where you are going to get the bokoblins. This is the Cryonis bullet time bounce. What you're going to do is you're going to shoot an arrow, call them all over. Obviously, I pulled my bow back way too early. Yeah, this is the wrong one. But that's not how you do it. So here's a real bullet time bounce. Bullet time bounce is where you're going to try, and at least near Cryonis, you're going to shoot an arrow on the floor right over here. You're going to try and call the bokoblins over. And what you want to do is... you got a few frames to do it, but it's very tricky to do. What you're going to do is shield out, and then go into bullet time, and try and land on top of one of the bokoblins. It'll just shoot Link into the air. I didn't go very far because I was too early with it. I actually was able to do a double jump because I had done like a half... fall damage cancel by getting my arrows out, which is cool, I guess. Yeah, that's a bullet time bounce. You will see Blobfish do one later in the run, and he did it a lot better than I did. After a very long time, I had finally clipped into Cryonis. So this is me already inside of it. I was so excited I forgot to record it until I was already in here. I saved just in case I was going to mess it up. Or, died of cold or anything, because I was not trying to do it again. And then I think I got in here first try, right? Yeah, no, or second, okay. Second try. Getting into this wasn't very difficult. Again, in my opinion, I think getting skew and getting out of bounds is very difficult. Getting into the shrine is not as difficult. I was confused on what video this was. I was looking through my camera roll, and I was like, ah, yes, this. This was me trying again after Cryonis to do a bullet time bounce. Now, I did it so awfully. Like, just look at this. So here's something I actually didn't know how to do originally, which I probably should have, like, going into the run. But that I started trying to learn. This is a fall damage cancel. You saw me die just there. I'd sit here probably like 5 minutes and I'd actually gotten it. And which is so good for like doing bullet time bounces and wind bombing. You need to be able to land on the ground without taking damage before you have your paraglider. So how this works is you jump down, you throw your weapon right before you let go of it, you unequip your shields when you're like 5 feet from the ground, and you should not take any damage. Alright, Blobfish, let's see what you got. So this was one of his videos on practicing a bullet time bounce. I forgot what I was doing. I was out somewhere, and he was like, alright, I'm just going to practice that, and these are the videos he sent me. So one of these, this was his first attempt, or like, he sent me the good ones. It was like his first good attempt. Getting the axe swing, as you saw in my last one when I messed it up, the axe swing does give you more momentum, but kind of makes it more difficult. So he had got the right speed, was a little early, but also went in the totally wrong direction. Where he is now, you want to try and get to Ganon's castle. That is the goal. So we're trying to go straight forward, or not, I guess Ganon's castle, mainly Hyrule Castle. You'll see he's trying to like weirdly angle himself like that. I don't know what he was doing, that was just him. But there you go. Let's see, this one's a little better, I think. Off the arm, okay. Good speed. He was very early, had good speed though, but not in the right angle. You'll see right there, that giant castle, Hyrule Castle over there, that is the goal. That's where we want to end up. You'll also occasionally notice that it looks like the game is kind of freezing while Link is in the air. This is because we're moving at such a fast pace, the game is struggling to... literally, the game is struggling to load. That is why sometimes it freezes while you are bullet time bouncing. Bullet time bouncing is actually the fastest way to travel in Breath of the Wild. So there we go. And he had done a little shield spin, which gives you more momentum. Beautiful there. Beautiful speed. Perfect accuracy. Like, the bow pull was at a perfect time. And it was to Ganon's castle. If he had the paraglider, probably could have made it. This one, though, this was his best attempt. You just watch. I'm not going to talk. Just see what happens. Straight to Hyrule Castle and the perfect fall damage cancel. So I kind of hate to be that guy, and I usually don't promote myself like this. But like, I'm not going to say subscribe or like the video, but I do like comments. I do like seeing that people actually watched this and enjoyed it, because videos like these take a lot of time to make. I think this was like a week in the making, and there's still a lot more to come. I actually had some videos of me beating the blights, but I was really, like, well, I was going to do it, but the videos were really bad. I'll get back to practicing that soon. I just need more time off school. School's really been killing my time right now. But I'll get back to that probably this weekend. We'll see what happens. But I do want to do some more speedrunning with Blobfish. I had a lot of fun with this. Again, let me know if you guys enjoyed more content on Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I will try to make some more of it because I'm getting back into that phase. And yeah, that's it for me today. Thank you all for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow.